As you find yourself drawn to this sacred message, know that this is no mere coincidence. The universe has carefully orchestrated this moment, guiding you here through the gentle whispers of your guardian angels. They have been watching over you with infinite love and compassion, recognizing that your soul is ready to receive the profound wisdom they wish to share with you today. In the quiet corners of your heart, you may have sensed something shifting in your relationships lately. Perhaps there's been a subtle change in the energy around you, a feeling that someone you care about has been pulling away, creating distance where there once was closeness. This isn't your imagination speaking to you. It's your intuition, finely tuned to the spiritual currents that flow between souls, alerting you to the delicate changes happening in your personal landscape. The person who has been occupying your thoughts, the one whose recent behavior has left you questioning and perhaps even worried, has indeed been wrestling with something profound. They've been carrying a weight that they haven't known how to share, moving through their days with a new heaviness that comes from revelation. This individual has been deliberately creating space between you, not out of rejection or disinterest, but from a place of deep uncertainty and emotional vulnerability. The Tuesday revelation, your guardian angels want you to understand that last Tuesday marked a pivotal moment in this person's spiritual journey. On that ordinary day, something extraordinary occurred within their consciousness. An awakening, an epiphany that struck them like lightning illuminating a dark sky. In that moment of clarity, they saw something about themselves that they had never fully recognized before, and at the center of this revelation was you. This realization has left them feeling exposed and uncertain, like someone who has suddenly discovered a hidden room in a house they thought they knew completely. They've been retreating into the sanctuary of their own thoughts, trying to make sense of what this new understanding means for their life, and, more importantly, what it might mean for their relationship with you. The fear that grips them isn't about the discovery itself, but about the unknown territory that lies ahead. They're terrified of how you might respond to their truth, worried that sharing their revelation might fundamentally change the dynamic between you in ways they can't predict or control. This fear has become their constant companion, following them through their daily routines and making even simple interactions feel complicated and fraught with unspoken tension. You may have noticed subtle changes in their behavior that extend beyond face-to-face encounters. Even in the digital realm, where connection often feels safer and more manageable, they've become elusive. Their presence on social media has shifted. Their responses to messages have become delayed or carefully measured, and the spontaneous warmth that once characterized your interactions has been replaced by a cautious politeness that feels foreign and uncomfortable. The sacred signs before we journey deeper into understanding this person's struggle, your guardian angels want to illuminate 3 powerful signs that have been manifesting in your life. These aren't random symbols, but carefully chosen beacons of divine guidance that reflect your current spiritual state and will serve as sources of luck and protection in the times ahead. Each sign carries layers of meaning that, when properly understood, will provide you with the wisdom and insight needed to navigate the challenges and opportunities that await you. These signs have been appearing in your life with increasing frequency, though you may not have fully recognized their significance until this moment. They represent the universe's way of preparing you for the deeper understanding that's about to unfold, equipping you with the spiritual tools you'll need to handle the delicate situation with grace and wisdom. As we explore each sign, allow yourself to feel their resonance within your soul. Notice how they speak to experiences you've had, emotions you've felt, and questions you've been carrying. This isn't mere symbolism. It's the language of the divine, communicating with you in ways that transcend ordinary understanding. The profound complexity of human relationships, the relationship challenges you've been experiencing, aren't isolated incidents, but part of a larger tapestry of human connection that the universe has been weaving throughout your life. Managing relationships within your social circle has never been meant to be simple or straightforward. Whether these bonds are romantic, platonic, familial, or spiritual, each connection carries its own complexity, its own lessons, and its own potential for transformation. The universe doesn't create relationships for our comfort or convenience. Instead, it crafts these connections as vehicles for growth, understanding, and spiritual evolution. Every person who enters your life, whether they stay for a season or a lifetime, brings with them opportunities for you to discover new aspects of yourself and to develop deeper wells of compassion, patience, and love. The individual who has been creating distance in your life recently represents one of these divinely orchestrated connections. Their struggle isn't separate from your own spiritual journey. It's intimately connected to it. The universe has brought you together not just for companionship or mutual support, but as catalysts for each other's growth and awakening. The desire for deeper connection, the truth that your guardian angels want you to understand, is both beautiful and complex. This person who has been pulling away isn't doing so because they want less of you in their life. Quite the opposite. Their recent behavior stems from a growing desire to mean more to you, to occupy a more significant place in your heart and your daily experience. This isn't necessarily about romantic love, though romance may be part of their consideration. Instead, it's about a deeper yearning for meaningful connection, for the kind of bond that transcends casual friendship and enters the realm of soul-level understanding. They've recognized that their feelings for you have evolved beyond what they initially expected, and this recognition has left them feeling vulnerable and uncertain about how to proceed. They're standing at a crossroads, looking down paths they've never traveled before, trying to discern which direction will lead them toward authentic connection without risking the loss of what they already have with you. This internal struggle has created the distance you've been sensing, as they've chosen to retreat into solitude rather than risk disrupting the existing dynamic between you. The first sign, the isolated button, the first sacred sign that your guardian angels wish you to recognize, is the isolated button, a seemingly simple object that carries profound spiritual significance. You may have encountered such a button recently, perhaps finding one on the ground during a walk, discovering one in an unexpected place in your home, or coming across one whose origin remains mysteriously unknown. The button represents the fundamental human need to belong, to connect, to find our place in the intricate tapestry of existence. Like the button separated from its garment, we sometimes find ourselves feeling disconnected from our purpose, our people, or our path. The button's presence in your life serves as a reminder that even in moments of separation, the potential for reconnection always exists. Think about the last time you encountered such a button. The natural human response is curiosity. We wonder where it came from, what it was attached to, who it might have belonged to. This innate inquisitiveness reflects our deep, seated need to understand connections, to trace the threads that bind us to others and to our greater purpose. The intricate designs that often adorn buttons speak to the beauty that can be found in functional objects, in the everyday elements of life that we might otherwise overlook. Your guardian angels want you to recognize that, like these beautiful buttons, you too carry intricate designs within your soul, unique patterns of experience, wisdom, and love that make you irreplaceable in the cosmic design. The isolated button also symbolizes communication and the bridges we build between souls. When we find a button, we instinctively want to return it to its rightful place, to restore the connection that has been broken. This mirrors the divine work of healing relationships, of bringing together what has been separated, of restoring wholeness where there has been fragmentation. The second sign, the bow and arrow, the second sign that the universe has placed in your path is the bow and arrow, a symbol rich with meaning and spiritual significance. This ancient pairing represents the beautiful interdependence that exists in the most powerful connections in our lives. The bow without the arrow lacks purpose. The arrow without the bow lacks direction and force. Together, they create something far more powerful than either could achieve alone. In the context of love and relationships, we often think of Cupid's arrow, the divine force that strikes the heart and awakens love. But the bow and arrow represent something deeper than sudden attraction. They symbolize the precise, intentional work of creating lasting connections. The archer must develop discipline, patience, and skill. They must understand the tension required, the angle needed, the perfect moment for release. Your guardian angels want you to see how this symbolism applies to your current situation. The person who has been distant is like an archer who has drawn the bow but hesitates to release the arrow. They understand the power of what they're feeling, but they're uncertain about their aim, worried about whether their intention will find its mark or miss entirely. The bow and arrow also represent the balance between action and restraint, between holding on and letting go. There's a moment in archery when everything must align. The archer's breath, their stance, their intention, the tension in the string. This is the moment your friend finds themselves in now, gathering their courage for the precise moment when they can release their truth into the world. The partnership between bow and arrow mirrors the partnership that exists between souls who are meant to support each other's growth. Each element brings its own strength to the relationship, and together they can accomplish what neither could achieve alone. This is the kind of connection that your distant friend is hoping to create with you, not one of dependence, but one of mutual empowerment and shared purpose. The unfolding path forward your guardian angels want you to approach the coming weeks with a heart full of patience and understanding. The challenges ahead aren't obstacles to be overcome, but opportunities for deeper connection and spiritual growth. The person who has been struggling with their feelings needs your compassion more than your answers, your presence more than your solutions. They've been carrying their uncertainty alone, perhaps confiding in mutual friends as they try to make sense of their emotions, but they haven't yet found the courage to speak directly with you. This isn't a reflection of weakness or cowardice. It's a testament to how much you mean to them, how afraid they are of damaging something precious through clumsy words or misunderstood intentions. The universe is preparing both of you for a conversation that has the potential to transform your relationship, whether it deepens into something romantic or evolves into a more profound friendship. Your role in this unfolding isn't to force the issue or to demand immediate clarity, but to create a safe space where truth can emerge naturally. Remember that people who care about you are often more affected by your words and reactions than you might realize. They're watching for signs of your openness, your willingness to receive whatever truth they're carrying. Your patience and understanding during this time will be remembered long after the uncertainty has passed. The third sign, the dove of peace, the final sign that your guardian angels wish you to recognize, is the dove, a bird that has transcended its earthly nature to become one of humanity's most powerful symbols of peace, hope, and divine love. The dove represents the peace of mind that comes when we learn to trust in the unfolding of divine timing, when we surrender our need to control outcomes and instead open ourselves to the wisdom of the universe. In your current situation, the dove appears as a reminder that peace isn't always the absence of conflict or uncertainty. Sometimes it's the presence of trust in the midst of unknown circumstances. The peace that the dove represents is the deep inner knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, even when we can't see the full picture. This doesn't mean that you should be passive or disconnected from your own emotions and desires. Instead, the dove encourages you to find the balance between engagement and surrender, between caring deeply and holding lightly. You can be fully present to your feelings and to this person's struggle while also trusting that the universe has a plan that's larger than what you can currently comprehend. The dove also represents the Holy Spirit in many traditions, the divine presence that moves between souls and creates connections that transcend ordinary understanding. When you see this sign, whether as an actual dove or in the form of images, dreams, or synchronicities, remember that you're being called to embody the dove's qualities of gentleness, patience, and peaceful strength. Integration and divine guidance, your guardian angels want you to understand that these three signs, the isolated button, the bow and arrow, and the dove aren't separate messages, but parts of a unified divine communication. The button represents the need to belong and connect. The bow and arrow symbolize the power of perfect partnership and precise intention. The dove embodies the peace that comes from trusting in divine timing and wisdom. Together, these signs are guiding you toward a deeper understanding of relationships, communication, and spiritual growth. They're preparing you to receive whatever revelation your friend needs to share, and they're equipping you with the wisdom to respond with love, understanding, and grace. Allow these signs to speak to your intuition, to resonate with the deepest parts of your soul. Notice how they appear in your daily life, and when you see them, take a moment to pause and remember the divine guidance they represent. Let them attune your spirit to the subtle currents of love and connection that flow through all of existence. As you move forward, remember that your kindness and compassion have the power to illuminate not just your own path, but the paths of everyone whose life you touch. The blessings that await you aren't just personal rewards. They are opportunities to be a blessing in the lives of others, to be the safe harbor where struggling souls can find refuge and understanding. A prayer for divine guidance. Let us close with a prayer for your journey ahead. Divine Creator, grant this beloved soul the wisdom to see beyond the surface of human behavior to the tender struggles that lie beneath. Help them understand that when others pull away, they're often pulling away from their own fear, not from love itself. Give them the patience to stand beside those who find it difficult to express their deepest feelings, and the grace to create space where truth can emerge without judgment or pressure. May the signs of communication, partnership, and peace guide them in fostering deeper understanding and empathy in all their relationships. In moments of uncertainty, help them embrace the unknown future with trust in your divine plan, knowing that their kindness and compassion will serve as beacons of light for all who encounter them. Grant them the wisdom to recognize that guaranteed knowledge of the future isn't necessary when we have faith in the goodness of the universe and the power of love to guide us through any challenge. Help them trust in what you have planned and to do their best, no matter what circumstances arise. Your blessing and next steps, your guardian angels depart with these final words of encouragement. It's perfectly natural not to have every detail of the future mapped out before you. The unknown can feel unsettling, but it's also where miracles are born, where unexpected blessings emerge, and where the most beautiful connections are formed. Trust in the divine timing of your life. Trust in the love that surrounds you, even when it's expressed through temporary distance or confusion. Trust in your own wisdom and intuition as you navigate the delicate waters of human relationship. The universe has magnificent plans for you, plans that involve deeper connections, greater understanding, and more love than you've yet experienced. Your role is simply to remain open, to stay compassionate, and to trust in the unfolding of divine wisdom. May these words and the blessings they carry find their home in your heart, and may you carry this divine guidance with you as you step into the beautiful unknown of your future